And we back. Welcome back to the Get Buggers podcast, powered by Hardwinning Basketball. I'm your host, Musa Marathi. It's officially the final rankings. Senior class, we up 2023, baby. There was so much talent, man. And of course, a lot of people are given much larger opportunities than the years past. So it was really hard to get this. This probably was my most difficult list to make, but I was able to squeeze in 10 plus my two honorable mentions, of course. And we're just gonna jump straight into it, man. My two honorable mentions. My first being Camden Smith from Brazier Middle College. Camden, I was looking at the stats, has definitely just been exceeding. He did transfer him from Woodmont last year. Didn't feel he had the opportunity that he should have. Went over to Brazier, and he's averaging about 16 and a half this season. Is in 1A, and man, I played with him last week. When I tell you this man is athletic, bro. Like he can just he can sky he's really athletic. But nonetheless, that's my first honorable mention. And number two honorable mention I have is Chavis Lee Carter. Chavis, just a gruesome player. He likes to block shots, likes to dunk the ball ferociously, and is a big part in why Hillcrest is 10-4 so far. On by the time this is being recorded. Um, just a big body for them. And I do want to take that into leading into my number 10 player, another Hillcrest guy, Israel Hall. Now, Israel Hall being my number 10th player in the 2023 class, don't get it twisted. This dude is talented. I played with him at the SCBCA camp down in Charleston, and when I tell you, he's athletic. He can shoot for sure, bro. I've played. This man can shoot, man, and he's honestly, I feel like he was the underdog last year for their team. They weren't extremely great record wise, but they had guys like Mike and Chavis last year, and I feel like this is the year Izzy's. I had him in my breakout players list, and he's definitely been doing a solid job at leading the team. But for sure, a great player for them. Like I said, they've had guys. I've already put guys in what I think the only grade I didn't mention someone from Hillcrest was the 10th grade class, but just solid players around him that he's able to excel, such as Caden, Kamari, and Chavis. But it's fun seeing his success so far, and good luck to Izzy Hall and the Hillcrest Rams in the rest of their season. Number 9, I have Nathan Moken from Southside Christian High School. Nathan, another guy I played against. I believe he just moved here from. I'm not even sure where he moved in from, but a solid talent, man. He doesn't really shoot a lot of threes, but he can get to the basket and can finish in just tough ways, man. They have a solid record. Checking now, man, Southside Christian is doing quite well this year, and I feel like they could be a surprise in that region with who was it with Christchurch and BMC and all those types of teams. Right now they are 9-3, so they could surprise a few teams, man, for sure. And this is all being led by Nathan Moken at the point guard position. It doesn't say much, at least from what I when I played him, but just a all around solid player. And good luck to Southside Christian in their future and the rest of their season. And good luck to Nathan. Number 8, I have Natumbu Calhoun from Jailman High School. Natumbu this season, he didn't start the season off extremely strong, but he's getting it together now. They are on like a 4 or 5 game winning streak as this is being recorded, and just an overall solid development in the past couple years. A lot of people after he won those 2 middle school championships back in the day at Malden Middle were like, "Man, this dude's going to the league." This guy, I looked up to this guy for sure, and for him to start having that success again as a senior has been fun. I'm glad to see it from him, and I can't wait to see what his signing is. I know he has a couple offers now, and best of luck to Natumbu. Can shoot the ball really well, has gotten stronger, so he's able to finish at the rim much better and a really fast player. And best of luck to Natumbu and the um, Jailman Patriots. Also, Quay Hill, his teammate, also senior, didn't have space for him on this ranking, but another solid player. Uh, Number 7, I have Nikel Franklin from Wade Hampton High School. Another lefty, man. These lefties, they're hard to guard. I mean, this dude Nikel, very athletic, has that just that overall swagger and that confidence in him in his game, and he can shoot the ball pretty solid. But like I said in that Thanksgiving talk video, he's best when he's going to the basket, and he's a big guard. He can handle the ball, but he knows to attack the defense and is just more athletic than a lot of guards. He's like 6'4", can can basically do it all player. Wouldn't say he's extremely great at one thing, but if I was to pinpoint, it would definitely be driving to the basket. And he's definitely been a really big leader and contributor to their team this year. And they have played some tough games, so I'm not gonna bring record up. They are like 500 this year, but they have played Dorman twice, so that also is tough to. That's a tough game, obviously. But him and Cooper, another senior this year, just doing well, overall. So shout out to Nikel and best of luck to for him the rest of the season. Number 6, I got Shannon Forest player Nolan Paladugu. I know he has that Piedmont offer, but nonetheless, another lefty. No, and one thing I feel that's very underrated about his game is his playmaking ability. He is like 6'4" now at this point, so a lot of people don't really notice, but this man can play make. So although they do have guys like Brandon who may be smaller than him, I feel like Nolan Paladugu is the best playmaker for Shannon Forest and can really create for other guys. But nonetheless, he can still score. He's averaging about 19 and a half this season and is a big, big reason for why they are 8-1 while by this recording. And just definitely a solid player. I believe he played for a Big Shots team this past in his last season in AAU. But just a solid player overall, and best of luck to him and the Shannon Forest. I still need them to go get that Skiza championship this year. At number 5, I have Caleb Mills from TR High School, Travelers Rest High School. Talked about him and the team a little bit last week. I've only gotten to see him play one time. No, didn't really. I don't think I got to see the best of him though. I did. Jakari actually called him last week, and I believe he's averaging, if these stats are correct, about 17 and a half, and definitely the most assists. He is the main ball handler along with Ja Wiggins, who is just a sophomore. But you know, definitely a good leader for their team. They're doing quite well this season, well above 500, and looking to get that back to back um conference championship. Trying to keep the tradition going. And doesn't have guys like Jacob Brown there anymore, but hopefully that doesn't stop him. Caleb Mills, a solid talent, can get to the rim really well and can shoot when he's open. So, best of luck to TR and Caleb Mills in the rest of his senior season. Number 4, I have Elijah Jones from Greenville High School. After, Elijah, he's not underrated at this point, man. Y'all should know him. He was it back in the day when he used to play against Natumbu a lot, in those middle school championships, and bringing it now, after transferring from Legacy to Riverside to Greenville at this point, man, I had to put him out at number 4, especially after dropping like 28 against Greer. Was it Greer? I believe it was Greer, but just really finding himself now and playing really well and just being that overall leader. They do have other seniors such as Isaiah Mosley, but just being that guy to really lead the team, Elijah Jones, and honestly, I want to say Isaiah is an honorable mention for this. I didn't add him in the rankings, but definitely an honorable mention. But Elijah, even though he is a transfer, has been doing well at just leading his team overall. And like I said, they're 8-0, and nothing can speak a record, man. So, had to put him here. And he also plays with Ron White's team, KST, and just a prolific scorer. When he gets to his spots, money. Those elbows, man, money. Can shoot, can high floaters over the top. Just a smart player overall. So, best of luck to Elijah Jones and the rest of his season. He came straight off the field, but that's not slowing him down. So, best of luck to him and Greenville Red Raiders and the rest of their season. Officially entering the top 3 players of the senior class in the 2023 class. At number 3, I have Wes Kellett from Woodmont High School. I talked about, I went to go watch them play Eastside, and I said, they don't seem like they just give the ball to Wes and they're just like, all right, man, go do it, whatever. But Wes still had, and even when I was talking to his teammate Kelvin, Wes be having them silent points. He had like 19, and it just didn't feel like he had that much. So, just he's not gonna be he's not a selfish player. Can score within the flow of the game for sure. Can shoot the ball, and honestly plays more of a big man role for their team. I don't know if that's his natural position or if that's just what he plays for Woodmont, but can post up a little bit, has a little post game to him, and a strong player for their team for sure, and is making his name known in Woodmont history. Woodmont is having a solid season this year. Didn't get to see them when they had Dre Huff playing, but nonetheless, he is a solid player for them, and teams have to worry about him. Made all region last year as a junior, and hopefully he can make all state. That's the goal. He was ranked in the top 5 in the SCBCA rankings in 5A in the whole state. Like, I'm talking about North, Upper State, Lower State. He was top 5. So, that's, I don't know if that's pressure, but had to put him on here. I believe he played for Upward in his final AAU season last year. But has that offer from Brevard. Nice little D3 out of North Carolina, I believe. So best of luck to Wes Kellett and the Woodmont Wildcats in the rest of their season. Now, number 2, based off of this season, I've already talked about him in the having a great season so far this season. Brendan Wilkins. Brendan, just an overall solid talent. I feel like he's always under the radar. He is a major part in why Shannon Force is 8-1 as this video is being recorded. Can shoot the ball, can get to the rim, very crafty player with the ball, and just an overall solid talent. He played for, I believe, that Big Shots team as well with his teammate Nolan Paladugu, and I believe he's averaging about 20, and I'm not exactly sure about the assists, but he is averaging about 20 points a game. And I did say he had that quadruple double earlier this season, and just having a strong last year, man. So no, he can do he's not extremely tall either. He's about like 5'10". I'll give him 5'11", probably, maybe even 6 foot. Who's counting? Height's all about it. Height's just a number, but just a really solid talent. And best of luck to Brandon Wilkins and the rest of their season. Go get that Skiza championship. All respect, my man. And now number 1, I guess you could say number 1 out of all of the classes for sure. Jordan Butler out of Christchurch, averaging about 23 and a half. I put him on my story last week. He's averaging about 23 and 12 rebounds or 10 rebounds a game. I believe 23 and 10, and really good efficiency, shooting about 50% in general. So, he is committed to Missouri, which is a major D1. So that's great to see. Hopefully he can get to that NBA just like his brother John Butler. I don't know if that's a lot of added pressure though. His brother did win their Christchurch's first championship, but of course he was there as a sophomore, so it was Twin Towers. I'm not gonna say he's doing it by himself because he does have guys like DJ Harvey is there with him as well, but he is have a lot on his plate. So best of luck to Jordan. He can shoot the ball. Obviously, he can shoot the ball as a 7-footer. can finish around the rim. Really good rebounder, obviously, and just a solid player. But that will he by the way, he did play for the LaMelo team, which I mentioned last video. He did play for the LaMelo Ball team, and that will conclude the final rankings. It's been fun making these. Obviously I am a player, so hopefully y'all don't take them. Take them. Take them. Take it or leave it, man. This is basically me. I've played against basically everyone in this. I've been playing for very long, so I've played and watched, and this is just my personal. So don't take it too serious, man. But that will conclude the rankings for Greenville County in all the grades. So this should be coming out the day after Christmas. So stay tuned for this, and thank you guys for listening to, if you did listen to all of them, the rankings. And until next time, peace.